Okay, make sure you have printed this document and walk through this example with me. You will need a ruler so that we can draw our lines straight. And just as a review, or just as a reminder, all these types of questions that I'm going to go over will be on your test. So make sure that if you're not sure what's going on, that you ask for help or touch base with me. Okay, so we've got a scenario here. Kevin and Nancy are both selling cookie dough for a fundraiser. Although Kevin has already sold 10 tubs, Nancy hasn't sold any yet. If Kevin starts selling 5 tubs per day, as soon as we hear the tubs per day, it should ring in our mind that that is a rate of change. That's going up 4 tubs every one day. And Nancy begins selling 5 tubs per day. They will eventually sell the same amount of cookie dough. How many tubs will each sell? By the time they're selling the same amount, how many will they have sold? So take a look at what's given, and I just want to remind you that the x-axis is labeled in days. So that means that your x value is representing days sold. Our y value is our tubs. Okay. When you're reading these word problems, you want to think that for each person, so we've got Kevin and we've got Nancy, you want to think first about their starting amount. So Kevin has already sold 10 tubs, so we're going to start with 10, and then we are going to add 4 tubs per day. So 4 times D is going to represent, so after 1 day, it's 4 times 1. After 2 days, he's sold 4 times 2, or 8 more tubs, and so forth. Nancy, on the other hand, doesn't have any sold yet, so she's starting at 0, and she is adding 5 tubs per day. Okay, so to make this look a little bit more like the equations we've been dealing with, we're going to change our K to a Y and our D to an X. So you can see that these are in slope-intercept form. So to solve the system, we need to graph both lines at the same time. So the first line has a y-intercept of 10. So I'm going to go over here and start this at 10. And now we are rising 4 and running 1. Okay. Well, looking at these scales, rising 4 and running 1, if I multiply this all by 5, that's the same as rising 20 and running 5. So that means 20 tubs in 5 days. So from 10, I'm going to go up 20. So I'm going to go up to 30, and I'm going to run for 5 days. And I put my second line. Then I'm going to use my ruler to extend this out. Now I'm going to look at Nancy's. So Nancy starts at 0. The y-intercept is 0. But she's going up 5 tubs every day. So 5 tubs per day is the same as, if I multiply this by 5 over 5, that's 25 tubs in 5 days. So I'm going to rise 25 and run 5. So from here, I rose up 25 over 5. I'm going to go up 25 again, run 5 again. And when I connect these, you can see that we can clearly see where the point of intersection is. And the question says, when will they have sold the same amount of cookie dough? After 10 days, they both have sold 50 tubs. So I'm just reading this ordered pair, 10, 50. Okay, so then you will have to explain what this means, and that's exactly what I just said. After 10 days, they both sold 50 tubs of cookie dough. Now, flashing back to what we talked about earlier, You should have known right off the bat that this was going to have one solution, because when you look at these two equations, they both have different slopes. The first slope is 4, the second slope is 5, and we already talked about when the slopes are different, that means the lines are going to intersect, and there is one solution. Okay, so now I'd like you to complete the remaining problems in this packet, making sure that your work looks the same quality and completeness as mine here. And then please submit it.